How's it going, guys? It's RageGamer here for another Infinite Warfare video, and today we're looking at how to get long shots very quickly. I'm going to help you get them as quickly as possible, so if you find it useful, feel free to leave a like and let other people know how your experience went in the comment section. Did you find these tips helpful? Hopefully the answer will be yes, but I'm going to be talking about the class setup, I'm going to be talking about the different setups, the maps, the game modes, all that kind of stuff, and loads of tips to just improve your experience of getting long shots and earn them as quickly as possible. So let's get into it. First up, what is a long shot? A long shot is a kill you get from a far enough distance to get a long shot medal. It'll come up on your screen, long shot, even in hardcore. Now, I believe there's four different weapons that require long shot medals for camo. They are the assault rifles, the light machine guns, the pistols, and the snipers. Now, when I did extensive testing, I found that the assault rifles and the LMGs had identical long shot distances, so it doesn't matter for those two. Pistols have a quite short long shot distance, and snipers have a really long shot distance, longer than the assault rifles. I can see snipers having problems finding long shot spots and getting them easily. So what I'll do, after this video, at some point, keep checking the playlist in the description, the gold, diamond, whatever playlist. And what it will have is I'll start putting videos. I'll constantly update it with different camo guides and that kind of thing. I'll start putting videos for different specific weapons. So I'll have like snipers, pistols, that kind of thing. Anyone struggling with a specific weapon or anything, check the playlist. There'll be stuff there when it comes out. I'm given to understand those are the four weapons you need it for, and you need 25 long shots for each. So let's first talk about the general tips of the map, the game modes, that kind of stuff, and then we'll talk about the class setup at the end. So first of all, you need to be voting for the maps with long range engagements. There is no point going onto a map where, there's no real lines of sight that are long enough to get long shots. You need to be, you'll get a feel for the game quite quickly and where long shots will be gotten and where they won't be. So I'll be doing a playlist again in the description. There'll be a video soon with the best spots for long shots, and check that regularly to see when it arrives. I'll do it as quickly as possible, but if people need it quicker, just let me know. Anyway, so vote for maps with long range engagements. That's definitely going to help you. The problem with long shots is that because people are further away, it takes more bullets and it's less likely for you to get a kill with them. So how do we counteract that? Well, we counteract that with hardcore. Hardcore TDM is the way to go. You can also go for something like Defender or other game modes, but honestly, I think hardcore TDM literally is only the way to go, really. There are other game modes that work, but this is the most effective game mode. Why hardcore? Well, they have less health, and at further distance, you have to shoot more bullets into them to kill them. Now, for long shots, make sure that you tap the shoot button and not hold the shoot button, especially with sort of assault rifles and those kind of weapons. The reason for this is because if you hold down the shoot button, it's going to increase the recoil as the gun keeps firing. If you tap it, what will happen is when you first tap it, obviously it will kick up a little bit, but then it will relax into its natural state. It won't then kick up again. And if you tap it again, it will kick up a little bit. But if you keep holding down the trigger, it will increase the recoil, and you'll keep going off target. It's just easier if you tap it, and it will still be quite quick. So the quicker, obviously, you tap it, the more bullets you can shoot into the enemy. It reduces the recoil, and you can stay on target more easily. So that's definitely a good tip, which not many people know. You need to be pushing yourself to the back of the map, as far back as you can. People do not say, "Ooh, that guy's getting a long shot. I'll step back a little bit, make it a little bit easier for him." No one says that. So what happens is you need to push yourself back as far as possible. You need to extend yourself. If there's any way to get further back on the map where you've got a long line of sight and people are going to come at least some time during the match, then definitely do so. If the spot isn't very good, there's no one really active, try another spot, but generally you just need to keep trying until you find one. And if the match isn't very good, you can just quit and start another one. But push yourself back. Do as much as you can. If you're in a window and you're right at the front of the window, push yourself to the back of that room where you can still see the enemy. Do anything you can to extend the distance and make it more likely for it to count as a long shot. And also, don't worry about KD. Don't worry about score, kills, deaths, anything like that. Just worry about the long shots. You want to be getting as many kills as possible and make sure that as many of those kills are long shots. If you're worrying about KD, it's going to mean you're not going to do as well. Now, obviously KD is still important for some people, and that's fair enough. I feel a bit bad when I go on a low KD game as well. But I can counteract that afterwards by going in a match and just playing for fun and, getting a better KD again. So don't worry about KD too much because you're focusing on long shots to get the camo. Now, in terms of the actual class setup, here's what I like to go for. In terms of the rig, I like going for Phantom because you get the marked target trait. Now, obviously, you have to rank up quite a bit to get Phantom, but once you get Phantom, the marked target trait is quite good. Here's why. The reason is because when you damage enemies, what will happen is that they'll be marked for death and they won't be able to regen their health for 5 seconds afterwards. So it's going to be more likely that they're going to have a low health, so, hardcore low health. If you don't kill them initially, they'll be so low health that you need to maybe put 1 bullet maximum into killing them. So it really increases your chance of getting a kill on that person. Now, because obviously I wanted to go for that trait, I also don't want to go for a payload that's going to get me kills, because if it gets me kills, it takes away from the number of kills I can get with my weapon. So I'm not going to get any lethal payload, I'm going to get one that helps me. The one I chose, therefore, was the only one that possible, which is Pulsar. Pulsar, what it does is it sends out a big pulse, like in Vision Pulse from Black Ops 3. You can see enemies through walls, it'll show them all up red. So if there's someone in a long shot spot, but you can't see where they are, they might be hiding behind a box or something, you'll see where they are and wait for them to come back out, or, you'll see enemies, you just get a good idea, make sure no one's sneaking up on you, that kind of thing. In terms of score streaks, there aren't really any of the score streaks you need as such. Probably the best one's UAV, simply because it's not lethal, again, for the same reason as the rig, and also, for that matter, counter UAV as well. Go for those two. If there's a third one you want, then fair enough, but really I don't like going for a third one, because it means you get kills with that score streak, and that takes away from the number of long shots you can get. Now, in terms of the actual class setup, I was using the MV4, and I really liked the VMC sight. The reason for this is because it toggles between 2 zooms. It's like the Varix sight from Black Ops 3. For the shorter sort of long shot distances, it's nice to go on the lower zoom, but you can go on the higher zoom if you want. If you've got those further distances, definitely recommend the higher zoom, and you can toggle between different environments easily, so that's good. Also, the Scout Hybrid sight, if you don't like that, will also be good, because it zooms in loads. It's really, really good. I had some really good gameplay using that sight, got loads and loads of kills, long shots with it, but the problem is the gameplay has gone corrupt. I know that sounds really convenient, doesn't yeah, sure, it went corrupt, but seriously it did. I think what I'll do is I'll go into private match and recreate what I was doing to show you quickly, because it was really annoying. That was a really good game. I was using the Scout Hybrid sight, definitely very good for those longer maps. For example, Frontier I was on, they're a bit in the middle, Corridor, use the Scout Hybrid sight, for example, really good for long shots. And similarly, Thermal sight, if you're having a bit of trouble picking enemies out on some of the maps where the enemies blend into the environment, go for Thermal. Not many people run anything to counteract that, so definitely it's worth. The Thermal is also good because you can pick out enemies easily. They show up bright, nice and orange. So again, if you're having trouble finding enemies at the longer distances of the map, throw that on and give it a try. Now, in terms of actual attachments, I like going for foregrip. It obviously reduces recoil, means you can stay on target more, less likely to kick off and miss the kill. In terms of other attachments, I also like going for quick draw. It seems silly, doesn't it, at longer ranges, but quick draw is good because it means if there's an enemy sort of running past or something quickly, aiming in very quickly to get the kill is good, and the Scout and Thermal sights are quite slow at aiming down sight, so if you use the quick draw, you can aim in much quicker and get the kill easily. So, next I like going for Rifled Barrel. This increases the lethality range, so it means you do more damage at longer distances, and I know there's always dispute about this every year about whether it works or not. Currently I'm given to understand that it definitely is the way to go. However, I will extensively check it because there's always people disputing about, well, suppressor makes it shorter range, so surely that should help. I'm not entirely sure, but I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure Rifled Barrel is the way to go. Now finally, I like going for extended mags because you've got more bullets before you have to reload, so it means you're less likely to have to reload while someone's in the place you need to shoot them from. So it means you've got more bullets at your disposal. Some, if you say go off target, or there's lots of enemies at the area you're trying to shoot, so extended mags just going to be more bullets before you have to reload. Now, in terms of perks, there aren't loads of different perks that are really useful. I just went for momentum simply because on some maps you have to run to a certain area to get the long shot. So if you have momentum, you can get there more quickly each time because you're running faster. So that's also useful. I like going for perk 3, Pinpoint. It's good because when you shoot an enemy or when they shoot at you, they will be highlighted in red so you can easily see them. And at longer distances, it's sometimes not as easy to see them. But with Pinpoint, it is, because you can easily see them. They're outlined in red, easy to target them, and then you just shoot them. Well, I hope you found these tips useful. Let me know how you did. Again, feel free to leave a like if you found them useful. Let other people know you did. Any other comment suggestions, then I'd love to hear them down in the comment section. If you've got any other camo guides or anything you want me to focus on, feel free to say so on both Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.